Doing that, the biggest thing we've had those running them together for 300 days as a contemporary group. Folks, those of you that have ever, who's ever run more than 20 bulls together at a time? Anybody? 10 bulls at a time. Okay, well those of you that have know what is associated with putting 10 bulls or more in one group in one pasture. What can happen? This is not only a forage test, it's a stress test, folks. They have to eat the same grass, drink the same water, stand under the same tree. There is not a day that goes by that one of them don't get hit in the ribs, hit in the back end, hit in the legs, get knocked around, get shoved out of the way, or whatever it might be. When you got 130 bulls together, you pit them against each other in the pasture, things can happen. We have injuries every year. We have a lot of riding problems. And by the way, if anybody can tell me how to keep these young bulls that when they reach about 13 or 14 months of age from riding, I've got a healthy reward for y'all. Y'all can tell me how to do that. Because we've been trying to stop it for 20-some years and haven't been able to do it. But the Forage program is designed, if they got any holes in them, you can find it in 300 days, folks. Every year I'll have some consigners tell me, well, I kept a bull at home and he's doing better than the one I put in the test. That's not surprising. You feed him out of a bucket, or you give him a lollipop in the morning and kiss at night, and he's in good shape. He only got one or two other bulls to compete with. What has he done? What has he proved? We run them as a contemporary group. They're all pitted against each other. They're within 90 days of age. They have to have a minimum 205 of 550 pounds. If y'all would turn to the first page, I'm going to go over some of the data that we offer you. I would like to apologize. Pat, we did do ultrasound carcass evaluation at the 365-day wait this year, 60 days of age. When I told Pat earlier, I said we've been doing carcass evaluation for 21 years, and he looked at me and I think he was going to, you questioned that at first, but folks, in 1988, we were one of the first breed groups or bull tests to incorporate carcass data and ultrasound evaluation in our bulls. This is our 21st year, 22nd sale, 21st year we've been doing it. So this is not new to us. We've encouraged it. We've made some bull selection choices on it, and this year we got all the data. We're going to have the REAs and the IMFs. It's going to go through. It went through the cut lab, and I guess Wendell will be entered in the carcass evaluation EPD. Is that correct? Okay, but we had some complications with Kansas City. And I was not able to bring that with me today because we had a few bulls that were missing, and I didn't think it was fair to those consigners that had their bulls that we didn't get the carcass information on. But back to page 1, we give you the ear tag of the bull. We identify those bulls. Consign order is alphabetical order. We number each of the bulls. We get nominations in September. You're going to put a bull in this test. We want verbal nominations in September. We show you who the breeder is. We show you the brand of the bull, his birth date, the sire, the dam, his actual weaning weight. Some of you say, why do you have actual weaning weight? Well, we've done this because I've had a number of buyers tell me they want to know what that cow has actually done with that bull calf. Those of you that have done adjustments on your 205 know what is the window now? 150 to 240? Is that correct? 150 to 240? Is that right? Okay. The window for weighing a calf. Those of you that are purebred breeders, a lot of you have told me, well, I don't want to wean my calf at that time. That's fine. You don't have to wean him. Just weigh him. You've got to get him weighed in that window. 140 to, or 150 to 240 days, I believe, is the window. You just have to wait. Write his weight down, write down his dam and sire, his ear tag number, and you can put that on a certificate. Well, back to the actual weaning weights, I got a number of buyers every year that come down there, and they'll have a catalog. They'll call me and they will request a catalog before the sale. They'll come down there and that thing will just be highlighted full of, with a yellow highlight of all the categories that they like, that is above average or below average or whatever, but all the categories that they like. A bunch of these guys are telling me they want to know what that cow has actually done with that calf, because if you weigh a calf at 150 days, those of you that are not familiar with it, they adjust that weight up to 205 days. Is everybody familiar with that? If he weighs, I would just take something out of the hat, probably about 450 pounds. If he weighs 250 pounds at 150 days, he's probably going to have an adjusted 205 or close to, I want to say close to 600 pounds. That'd be 55 days, I won't miss it far. Or 550 to 600 pounds, he's going to be adjusted up. Well, some of these guys that run these commercial cows, they sell in their calves at weaning, they want to know what that cow is capable of doing. Back to that column, we can tell you for a fact these calves have not been creek fed. If y'all go down through and look at some of these actual weaning weights, 861 pounds, 700 pounds, you got some 500s, you got 700s. These are not just ordinary calves out of these cow herds. We ask them to bring their best bulls to this farm. They don't all get to make it. They don't all get to make it. In fact, after we had our initial cut here this year, 16 of these bulls fell out on weight per day of age. If they did not ratio 90 or above on their weight per day of age, we took them out, regardless of how they looked or what their weaning weight was or what their ADG might be. If they did not ratio 90 or above on weight per day of age, we culled them. And we're going to cull them again on 90 weight per day of age. You're not only going to get the best of each of these consigners, but you're going to get the highest performance.